fellow Josh, Felix, Lindsay. Thank you for joining in. Uh, Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. And here again, my name is Fontan Daniel. I will be speaking live here from the great state of Texas. I want to thank all of you that are tuning in this morning. It's morning here in the United States. It's about 8 something here in the great state of Texas, here in the United States. The time may be different so depending on your locations. Thank you, Bob, for joining in. If you just join in, I want to take a moment to thank all of you that have joined me live this morning. Here again, my name is Funtan Daniel. If you hear, I will be broadcast live here. Bonjour. Thank you, Bob, for joining in. Thank you, Felix. Thank you, Lizzie. Thank you, Fanny, for joining in. And I'll also be broadcast live on my YouTube as well. So either way, you should be able to get me. And thank you again. So we will begin momentarily. If you're here in the United States, just briefly indicate below if you are in ground zero. Thank you. If you're in La Republique, if you are in Europe, if you are in South America, if you are in Russia, if you are in China, wherever you are, I want to take a moment to thank you for joining in this morning. And I will be speaking live here from the great state of Texas, here in the United States, about the Federal Republic of Ambazonian. All right. How you all doing this morning? And how you all doing this morning? And I'm so proud of you guys that uh, I cannot be more proud of you guys with the wonderful support, and our people is at war. Our people, all of us widely scattered in and around the world. But this is the moment that we need to step up and support our brothers and sisters because we have a witness, a sharp invasion by a neighboring country, La Republic of Cameroon. And our people are going extra cruciating torture by La Republic of Cameroon. But however, we are bringing this attention to the world community that we are at war. We are at war. And so we must fortify our defensive system. We must activate our people. We need to let the world understand that for the past 56 years, we have lived an excruciating pain by our people, and our people has not got the freedom they deserve. We choose the people that they should be part of our system. So by working together, Instead, they choose us as a colonial territory. I am here to let you know that I say no. And so our spirit is stronger than ever before. We are more determined. We are more united. We are in deep spirit. And our spirit will never be broken or broken by any single individual. As I'm speaking here, I am bringing the attention for these great nations, the United States. I believe in this government. I believe I believe in this government. I can share you my experience with this government. And that is the government that I foresee for the people of Southern Cameroon. That's the government that I will advocate for the people of Southern Cameroon. That's the government that the people of Ambazonian must stand for the spirit of a government that represents them, the government that represents the aspiration of the people, and not the government of mafia, the government fraudulent, the government that manipulates for the self-interest of a group of individuals, not for the spirit of the people. And so that is why I am speaking here from the great state of Texas, because my people are going through excruciating pain from a terrorist government of La Republic of Cameroon. The fact that we choose to invite La Republic to in our home, we did not give La Republic a check that they should control our people. So here, I will be speaking here from the great state of Texas, here in the United States. Remember that you can get me Funton Daniel, uh, Funton Daniel. You Google Funton Daniel, or you can type trans, Transparency Media International. TMI. TMI stands for Transparency Media International on my YouTube. So you can Google it and make sure you subscribe. So that is where you get the information when I am alive. I am live. So on Google, on YouTube, subscribe and Funton Daniel or Transparency Media International. That is the only way you can also get me, and you can also get me on my Facebook and on my YouTube. So either way, you should be able to get me. And I want to thank you. Leave a comment so that I understand that you were on my website. I want to take a moment to thank all of you for tuning in this morning, fellow brothers and sisters. We are at war. Today, I want to take a moment to thank the United States Congress. You know, I stand with the spirit of the United States Congress. The Congress, why is it fundamentally important that we respect the United States Congress? United States Congress, the law of these nations, is strong because of the most fundamental dignifying United States Congress. United States Congress stand for the people. United States Congress, and that is why they just simply exercise that role. It's up to La Republic to be able to respect the terms of the United States Congress. And I also want to thank the United States Department of Defense. I want to take a moment to thank the United States White House. I want to take a moment to thank the United States Senate. I want to take a moment to thank the United States judiciary system. I want to take a moment to thank this nation, the United States judiciary system. And they are wonderful, excellent. They believe that human dignity must be respected across the global hemisphere. You all know that I just want to check this in. It was not part of my discussion. Remember that when the FIFA was under the corruption, when FIFA was being corrupted, the Attorney General of these great nations indicted FIFA executive, and they were immediately rounded up around the world. And today, FIFA may become a more important body today. It's because of this United States Attorney General indict those officials. We have United Nations that is physically in our soil. FIFA wasn't in our soil. FIFA was elsewhere. But when the Attorney General of the United States indicted FIFA executive, they were immediately rounded up. And that is why United Nations officials have failed to respect their own document that is on their own document that they've written. Remember, Article 1608 XV of the United Nations is a document that is legal, that was signed by the United Nations. And that document specifies that the people of Federal Republic of Ambazonian, that the people of Southern Cameroon, as a nation, Article 1608, 75B of that document specify that the people of Southern Cameroon, now the Federal Republic of Ambazonian, as a nation, and we existed. The fact that we choose to cohabit with La Republique doesn't mean that we ignore our own nation's identity. We were never a colonial territory of this brutal regime of Pobia, La Republique du Cameroon. We were never. Remember, during the British administrator, during the British colonial administrator at the Enugu House of Assembly in Nigeria, during the British administrator, during the Enugu House of Assembly, our people were represented at the Enugu House of Assembly because we were part of the British administrator, but we were not there as part of Nigeria. That is a clear point. We were not in Enugu House of Assembly, but we were there as another nation participating to facilitate the British administrator. And Nigeria has never invaded our territory. Nigeria has never regarded us as a colonial. Nigeria has never invaded military into the people of Southern Cameroon. When our people choose a benevolent neutrality to leave Nigeria, Nigerian government did not invade us. They recognize our wishes. And so the fact that we choose to live with La Republique doesn't give La Republique du Cameroon an upper hand to control our people's way of life. And so therefore, by sending their troops to invade our territory, they simply violate their own the international norms. As we as a people, we have a choice to decide whether we choose to live with La Republique. As a people of that we were under the British administration. When we leave Nigeria, Nigeria never declared war on our people. And so we have a choice to decide to leave this neighboring country like Republic of Cameroon, and they have no duty to declare war on our people. And so I am bringing this attention to the world community to understand that our people are being brutalized by a nation that has no legal authority over the people of Southern Cameroon, neither the people of Federal Republic of Ambazonian. They have no legal authority, if any so ever. Article 1608 of the United Nations document specifies that we as a people, and therefore we are exercising our duty. We have choose. There are certain individuals within our midst, and they lack the incoherent, they lack mental judgment. And we have asked you one more. We will not be romancing with those individuals any longer. So today I was going to talk about France. There is an indication that the French authority is planning to provide humanitarian to our people. No to France. Tell France, no, we don't need your humanitarian in our people of Southern Cameroon. No to France. We will prefer to die than to have humanitarian from France. That is the worst thing that we will ever think of, having a humanitarian aid from France. We will not in any circumstances welcome any humanitarian aid from France. France has always been a bad neighbor, a bad country, a country that relies on its own self-egoistic interest rather than the indigenous people. And so we, the people, we will prefer to die than to have a humanitarian aid from France. Remember, they voted at the United Nations independence of the people of Southern Cameroon. France gathered all the French colony not to vote again, not to vote about the sovereignty of the people of Ambazonian. France gathered all the French colony in Africa, and none of them vote for the independence of the Southern Cameroon. They vote against our people. As I'm speaking, remember, French President Emmanuel Macron was recently in Africa gathering support from Chad, the Chadian president, gather support from Nigeria to back up against our people of resistance movement, against our own sovereignty. Remember, it was the French president. That was the reason that took him to Nigeria. And one will ask, he will say, oh, I travel for economic purpose. What economic purpose? Our people deserve we would rather die than to have a humanitarian aid from France. You all know what happened to Equatorial Guinea. Equatorial Guinea president has initiated a move forward decision. Equatorial Guinea president has chosen to move forward by introducing their own currency. Guess what is the threat? The threat is coming from France, threatening the president that he shouldn't, because it is France want to control every aspect, because the financial reserve of 50% of Equatorial Guinea is in caisse communautaire française. 50% of the economic investment of Equatorial Guinea is in caisse communautaire française, rather than their own bank. Thus, the caisse communautaire française reserve is in any one of the African continents that they control, that they are believed to be colonial territory. Absolutely no. Look, Africa, we have to move forward. It's time we think about. I am so proud of whether you agree with Donald Trump or not. Think about America first. And I believe in this flag. I believe in this American flag. And I will stand with the American flag in anywhere in the world, and I will stand firmly. I will stand firmly. Imagine a French president traveled to Africa to rally Africa against the people that are fighting for freedom, against brutality of a regime that has no legal authority over the sovereign people of the Southern Cameroon. Fellow citizens of these great nations, you may not be aware of the atrocity that is going on in Africa, but it is because when they show you images coming from Africa, people believe that it is because of the corrupt system. The corrupt system began in France. France instituted corrupt system as a means to disrupt the benefit of the African people. And that is why this corruption has eaten into the root of children. And that is why when you see children, you are very disgusted about the children and their own surrounding. It's because of the architecture that is implemented by the French government towards our indigenous Africa. And that is why this atrocity that you all witness in Africa is because of France. Imagine that Equatorial Guinea instituted a new currency that will take up to 22, 25. The essence is to implement a resounding economic policy towards the Equatorial Guinea. But however, guess what the threat is coming from? It's coming from France government against the people. Whereas France is a nation, Equatorial Guinea is a nation. They have their own territorial boundary, and they should be able to make their decisions. And France should come as an economic partner rather than a threat to the implementation of a sounding policy towards the benefit of the indigenous Africa. I stand with the Equatorial Guinea president immediately and drastically implement that currency policy immediately and ignore the French. We will stand with those African nations that stand for the freedom of African indigenous. and the benefit of the Africa. We will not no longer be romancing with the French system. France should concentrate because they used to have all military weapons to suppress and guess who are the people to suffer? The indigenous Africa. But it is time that Africa needs to step up and support a reform that believes for the interest of Africa as a whole. We will not longer be romancing with the regime system of the French. Africa has been destroyed by the policy of France. I can tell you how corrupt is this system. Imagine all of us happen to be a citizen of this wonderful, beautiful nation. Have you ever seen where money is being distributed during a campaign election? This video I am going to show you. I am showing you how corrupt is La Republic of Cameroon. This in the heart of an election in the neighboring country, La Republic of Cameroon. They are busy distributing money as a corrupt system. This is supposed to be right away in jail, and the territorial administration minister, by carrying on such a fraud, should be immediately arrested by the independent judiciary system. But because La Republic is the most corrupted system, nothing will happen. This is what you're going to see what is happening in La Republic. I hope you're able to see it. I'm sure many of you have seen this video posted elsewhere. This is money counted, put it in a voting box by this terrorist government of La Republic. You see, that is money. I'm sure you guys are watching. It's all posted on my YouTube and it's posted on my Facebook. Fellow brothers and sisters all over the world, we, the people of Southern Cameroon, Federal Republic of Ambazonian, is at war. We are at war. We are bringing attention to this United States government that our people is at war, and our people will use every means to defend our citizens. And so those who choose to be meddling in our internal affairs, especially happen to be our brothers and sisters. We have warned you time and again. We have warned you time and again. It's time that you terminate your relationship with La Republic. We have warned you time and again that you terminate your relationship with La Republic, because when it comes to, we will not be romancing with any such individual. We will not be romancing with you, but we have asked you simply, terminate your relationship with La Republic. And we have asked La Republic, one, release all our political prisoners that are held under your La Republic. We have asked you to release all our 47 members that have been asked by the United States Congress. We have asked you, simple terms, releasing all our cabinet that are held under your custody. You have no legitimacy, no legal authority over to arrest and detain our people in any circumstances. La Republic has no legal authority to arrest and detain our people over no circumstances. They have no authority. Because when our people left the Enugu House of Assembly, none of our people were arrested by the Nigerian authority. And because they recognized us as a sovereign people, the fact that it was easier for the British administrator in Enugu House of Assembly able to carry on his function. So it was geographical location advantage for a single administrator over the British to be able to coordinate his functions. But when our people choose to leave the Enugu House of Assembly, the Nigerian authority did not invade our people. The Nigerians simply recognized the wishes of our people and to decide our destiny. Article 1608 of the United Nations must be respected and must be restored. And we are asking the world community, this is justice. It's time to face justice. Let's accept the justice. Let's accept the reality. Let's acknowledge the reality. It's time the world community respect their own documents. It's time the world community must respect the document. United Nations office here in the United States, in New York, they must respect the terms of their own document. If we want to talk about justice, then we must respect the terms of the document that they recognize as a justice. So therefore, I am speaking here in this great state of Texas, here in the United States, that the United Nations must respect the terms of their own document, because our people are being killed indiscriminately by a government that has no legal authority, neither has any legal to arrest and detain our leadership. So we want the world to respect the terms of justice. If the world respects the terms of justice, then fairness must be preserved, because Africa has become a battleground, a slaughtering ground, a place where the world can just roam in and slaughter them because they are animals. But this has come the moment that we must terminate that atrocity. We have come to the point that the world must respect the terms of the unanimous document that they forged as the United Nations. So it is imperative that the United Nations stand for its obligations. Our people are being slaughtered. Our people are living in the forest because United Nations office here in the United States has failed its obligation and to acknowledge the factual that our people deserve something better. And so we are here to fight back. We must fight. We must terminate that relationship with La Republic. We must terminate that relationship. For those who choose to side with La Republic become the enemy of our nation's integrity. And so therefore, we will face those individuals squarely. We will face those individuals squarely. We will face them squarely. It's time that we terminate that relationship. La Republic has no legal obligations to arrest and detain our leadership, our cabinet, our interim president. Seseko is languishing in La Republic. Imagine that our prime minister were being arrested by the Nigerian authority during the British administrator. What do you expect would have happened? But unfortunately, the British administrator, recognizing the wishes of our people, and work with us. And when we choose to leave the Enugu House of Assembly in Nigeria, the people of Nigeria acknowledge. The people of Nigeria acknowledge our wishes. And they choose to allow us to move forward with our spirit of going independently. But unfortunately, we have been corrupted by British. And we are asking the British authority to respect the terms of the Article 1608XV of the United Nations and reforge that the La Republic quit our territory, because this is the moment. We cannot be having our people and then we have a foreign individuals appointed to rule our people. Why our people have well education more than La Republic? We are well educated more than La Republic. We are well intelligent more than La Republic. But yet we can't govern ourselves. We must govern by a terrorist government. No, we will not be romancing with this system anymore. We will not. We will not be romancing with this system. We will not be romancing with this system. Fellow brothers, we are at war. Fellow United States, we are at war. Our people are facing war with a terrorist government of La Republic du Cameroon. Because France is the architect of initiated that war. Because France wants the control of our property, rather than the indigenous people to be able to benefit. And now they are forging a plan that they want to provide aid. We do not in any circumstances welcome any humanitarian aid from France. We would rather die than having a humanitarian aid from France. We will not welcome any such initiative by the French authority. We will not. Our people will prefer to die and than to have a humanitarian aid coming from France. Fellow brothers and sisters, our spirit is higher than ever before. Fellow brothers, wherever you are, our spirit is stronger. But we have asked the Republic to relinquish its hold on our people. We have asked the Republic to pull out of Southern Cameroon territory completely. Fellow brothers, we have asked the Republic to pull out of Southern Cameroon territory and allowed our acting president to begin a new reconciliations with our people, to begin a new building of a strong people foundations for the purpose of gathering and maintaining the effectivity of all our people wherever they are in and around the world. But we, as a people, we must stand unified. We must stand as a dignified people, and freedom is what we need. Freedom for our children, freedom for all our education system, based on how we were brought up. That is an education system that I will cherish, an education system that meets the standard of our value way of life. We all grown up, we all widely scattered because we have an enemy that has destroyed us, create a disunity among us. But this is the moment that we must stand together. We have all our brothers that are all widely scattered. Please, we are more unified. We have an enemy that is trying to divide us, but we are more efficient and effectively. And I want to take a moment to thank all of you all over the world that we must stand and defend our nation. We must stand and defend our people. Our people has already begun to exercise that behavior. So whatever means you have, if you haven't been part of this momentum, I urge you, I encourage you to join the momentum. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube. Make sure you're part of the movement, because this is the movement to liberate the people of Southern Cameroon, now the Federal Republic of Ambazonian. We will not be any moment be romancing with La Republic of Cameroon. La Republic ought to stay with their own nations. When La Republic got their independence, our people were not part of La Republic. When our people got their independence, La Republic wasn't. When La Republic got their independence, we were not part of La Republic. And so La Republic has seen us become their colonial territory. They have seen us become their animal husbandry, where they can harvest at will and destroy and building. But this time we are more wiser than the God of Jesus. I here to let you assure you that our spirit has grown stronger and stronger. Our spirit has grown stronger and stronger. I want to take a moment to thank all of you that we must stand firmly. We must indicate that we are the people of God-given identity. We will never be in a colonial territory of a neighboring country that choose to destroy our way of life. Our way of life is better. We believe in human dignity. We believe in human accountability. We believe in a government that the people can stand and be proud of. We believe that we are all accountable to everyone and to every one of us. We believe that we cherish this form of government. When I can give you a typical example, when I was stopped by a police, he simply told me that it's because I was speeding. And he realized that I was speeding. And it's by law I need to comply. The government did not ask me to bribe. That police officer did not ask me to bribe. He did not ask me to give him something. Whereas in La Republic, immediately they will start asking you, "Est-ce que vous me connaissez?" No, citizens doesn't need to know who you are. It simply need you to apply the law. That is all the Southern Cameroon. We don't need to know who you are. We don't need, according to La Republic, vous me connaissez. No, we don't need to know who you are. You simply a citizen protecting police citizen. And if you are not an obligated to protect the citizen, then you have no legal authority. And so therefore, we, the people of Ambazonian, stood for the freedom of our people, and we must stand firmly. We must unite. We must discard enimities, because there are people behind us that are trying to disarray our forging independence. There are people that are behind trying to disarray, but we will not succumb to those individuals. Fellow brothers and sisters, tomorrow is an election in that neighboring country. And they are trying to manipulate, like the video that I showed to you, bribing. If you meet any such individual, immediately be taken in, alert our Ambazonian defense system. They will be able to deal with those individuals. Fellow world community, the election that is taking place in the neighboring country is not part of the Southern Cameroon. We are led the world community. Our people is not participating in the terrorist government of La Republic. We will use every effort, every initiative, every possibility. We will not succumb to La Republic. This is a federal Republic of Ambazonian that we have now moved forward with our sovereignty. We will not be any participating. Those individuals that they choose to participate, then they should immediately relocate to La Republic, because we will not be romancing with that system. We will not. This is Ambazonia. We are a nation. We will not ask La Republic to remain in our system. So any individual, whether you take it as yes or not, this is a warning to those individuals that choose to meddle. This is not the time. This is not the time. Because once you are caught, the spirit of the people will deal with you squarely. And that is what I just want to let you know, fellow brothers and sisters. We are not participating tomorrow. They already conduct, they already have. Because the French president already invited their president in November, because they knew who is already a president. That is why I can tell you that this is the worst French system. Imagine election hasn't been conducted, but Emmanuel Macron cabinet already invited the president in France in November. How did he get the result of the election? That is why I told you that French manipulation in Africa has to stop. Has to stop. When France is conducting their elections, Africa are not asked to participate. But when it comes to Africa meddling, France already know who is the president and already invite the person in November. When election hasn't been conducted, then you can know who is absolutely France. France control your own hegemony and allow the dignity of the people of Africa to stay alone. I want to take a moment to thank all of you for watching this, and that we are not participating in La Republic elections. Take this note. I want to take a moment to thank all of you. And we are together. We are in one love. We are blessed people. We must stand together. And unity, the stronger we are. The more united as unity, the more we are. I want to take a moment to thank all of you for watching. It was Funton Daniel speaking live here from the great state of Texas. Remember to go to my YouTube and subscribe. That is the only way we can move forward. I think one of our brothers or sister posted the information on the typing there. Transparency Media International, TMI, Transparency Media International. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you make your comment. Make sure you keep that the momentum is moving forward. I want to take a moment to thank all of you that the spirit of the people of Ambazonia will never be the same. Because when our people left the Enugu House of Assembly in Nigeria, the Nigerian government did not declare war on our people. Instead, the Nigerian government recognized us, our wishes to move forward with whatever we choose to. But the United Nations manipulate for their own selfish interests. And today, that is the pain and suffering we are facing because of the corrupted United Nations with the British. So we are asking the British authority to respect the terms of what they wrote. This article 1608 XP of the United Nations Charter, Part 76B, that terms must be respected because we have long moved forward with our sovereignty and dignity people. And we are one. God love you all. God bless. Thanks.